Sorry, it's taking a second. I didn't have my phone in the correct orientation. So tonight you're not going to see so much of me. I have a whole bunch of cutting to do for Sewcation Sin City. So I have received this week, I ordered some prints from Mormino and some waterproof canvas and water resistant canvas. So I'm going to be cutting out that tonight. Hi Arnetta, how are you doing? Hi Charlene.
Down my back like the ancestors blessed it.
And my iPad volume on. Oh, I just forget DC, Arizona. I'm here in New York. It is hot and humid again. We had some crazy storms come through last night, but I don't think any show for tonight. Hi Mary Lou. All right, so what I ordered is, this is from Mormino. This is her vintage meadow print on waterproof canvas light, and I ordered the matching purple, also on waterproof canvas light, and the matching webbing. So I didn't measure it out yet to see how many I could fit in a yard. I'm hoping at least 4. Hi Nicole. Hi Dad. Hi Winter. Hi Willow. Hi Addie. I hope you girls are being good for Papa. Hi Rita. My dad is on babysitting duty tonight because my sister is at a car dealership. So some of you guys know that I had a sale to help get her like either a down payment or help her get a car. So she's there now trying to get it all straightened out. So dad is on Papa duty. Oh yeah, these I thought are gorgeous. These are just going to be 2 of the options. I have more prints. I showed last week flamingo, palm trees, some mushrooms, and we have a shipment coming in Thursday of about 20 different prints, waterproof canvas and Majestic nylon. So I'm going to add some of those as well. I always like to give a lot of options. I just really want everybody to be happy, so I try to find something from everybody. Thanks, Mary Lou. Yes, it's working out okay. So it should be good. Hopefully, she's driving home in her new to her car tonight. And then, so this print is the waterproof cotton from Lauren at Mormino. I had never used the waterproof cotton, so I'm really excited to work with it. My first time was, I tried it from Brittany from the Emporium and really loved it. So I got this one with the matching mint waterproof canvas light, also in a yard. So I specifically got these prints, and the matching webbing as well. I specifically bought these because they are super thin and we're going to be sewing on domestics. So it should work without a problem on the domestic machines at Sewcation. And then I bought a green and a blue. This one's water resistant canvas. This one is also water resistant canvas. I thought one of them was light, but they're not. They're both the same. And these will match perfect with like my sunflower print or the palm trees and stuff. So like I said, these are just some of the options. Hopefully there'll be something for everybody. I'm going to start with cutting the green one first. And like I said, I have templates here from Carolina Little Stitches for my winter crescent bag. I plan on doing the 2 exterior pieces and then the front pocket in this main print. Oh, Rita, so I'm cutting class kits. Next weekend, I'm teaching a couple classes at Sewcation in Las Vegas. It's hosted by Sew Bestie, and one of the bags that I'm teaching is my winter crescent bag. So I'll be cutting out them tonight. Hey Kim, how are you doing? And I'm debating if I want to keep this folded to try to cut 2 at a time, just so I have to cut less. But I guess let me see if I can fit them both on the mat. And also I think this is upside down, so let me flip it around. Right? This looks right side up to you guys now, right? I think. That's the last thing I want to do is cut directional the wrong way. The other night, yesterday, I was cutting out Minky for my puff quilt class, and I looked like a Muppet by the time I was done. I had so much fluff everywhere. Oh, Kim, I hope so. I saw your nice stand. That's so awesome that you've been doing baking and got your cottage license. You're a woman of all trades. You should put out your bags as well. Maybe somebody would purchase them too. Okay, right? Let me know in the comments. This looks the correct way up, right? Compared to, yeah, this is definitely upside down if I do that way. All right. Hopefully this is the right way. And it looks like I can fit enough like 2 side by side, especially if I go very close to the edges. So that will be great, because that could get 1, 2. I'm hoping that I can get at least four kits out of each yard. Oh, yeah. Well, I hope you guys don't get too much rain. We had crazy rain last night, and all of a sudden, like, the thunder came out of nowhere. It was so loud. But it's been really hot and humid, so it doesn't surprise me with the storms. I was debating if I wanted to trace these out and then like cut them out with scissors, so that way I was not I don't have to worry about anything shifting, but I think this is going to be easier. I might have to change my blade. Although this one isn't even that old, but I think it might have had like a nick in it, like a defect, because it leaves like one particular spot like not cut as it's rolling. Also, I hope I put the camera so that way you guys can see as well. Let me know if I need to move anything. Yeah. So there's a couple spots where it didn't go all the way through. So I'm just going to go back over them. And there's definitely like a little bit of wiggle room, but I'm trying to make sure that I have these as straight or even as possible. Part of it is the angle that I'm cutting it is kind of funky because I'm trying not to hit the camera or be in the way. Normally, so this is table that I'm on is where I like film my tutorials, and underneath is an Olfa mat that I have just flipped upside down so you don't see the grid. But honestly, normally I just sit on the floor and then cut, and I can put like leverage and stuff. All right, awesome. So this gives me 2 exteriors at once, and then I'm going to do the front pocket also in this mint color, and then the lining or the inside will be the solid mint water resistant canvas. And I love this. The front is like, it feels super smooth like a cotton, but the back almost has, it must have the waterproofing on the back side, because the back kind of feels like a water resistant canvas. So I'm really excited. I'm hoping people like it, and I also think it would be cool that if people haven't tried this before, give them a chance to see if they like it. Give me like cutting on the floor too. Yeah, I like spread it all out and like make a big circle. Oh my gosh, I was cutting out the puff quilt backings, not the backings for the little squares, but for like the entire pillow. And I cut out templates out of cardboard, and it's like a 21-inch square. So I was literally like kneeling on it, spinning around in a circle, cutting them yesterday. I'm excited because I cut all the minky backings. I just have to cut some quilt cotton backings for the puff quilt class. And it was nice because I went home and I visited one of my local quilt stores. So I bought a whole bunch of fabric from the Grunge line, which is by Moda, to use for the backings, and then a couple other fabrics for myself, and a new charm pack from Ruby Star that glows in the dark. But it was nice because I like to support in person my local quilt shops when I can. And you'll probably see me doing this. I always like try to line up the edges to get as much out of my yards as fabric as possible. So I cut this edge, I lined it right up with the edge of the template. And if you don't have a directional print, sometimes I'll even like maneuver it so they kind of go in opposite directions, so I can fit even more on. Alright, awesome. So I am going to, I think, stack them like this, so that way I can keep them, I can tell how many I've done. So we got a shipment today of webbing. So we restocked, or going to be restocking. This was part of a pre-order. We call this our diamond webbing. And we had these 3 colors before. They were pretty popular. This one here with the purple is a lot brighter. Their dye lot that they use this time, it's almost more pink. But I actually really, really like it. So we got these that we're going to be restocking, and a flamingo print, and also our tropical print. So our fabric is expected Thursday. So once that gets here, we'll start cutting that down and start getting things shipped out. And a complete restock of our zipper pulls are expected too. Those are going to be shipping soon. They're coming by air. They're still in production. Yeah, I'm excited. That is it's polyester, but it's poly, but it's like a jacquard, so it has like a woven, and the back is really soft. So I really like this webbing. I wasn't sure how people would like it, but when we did in-person expos, people really loved it, and we've been sold out for a while. So, and then our flamingo webbing and our tropical webbing are 2 of our most popular seatbelt webbings. So we restocked them. I've been so grateful for this sale. So many people have purchased. I was telling Jason, I was like, when I ordered the zipper pulls, I ordered enough to completely restock everything to have variety packs. But now I'm definitely gonna have to check when it comes in, because we sold out of almost all our Majestic nylon, most of our water resistant canvas, and so many yards of webbing and pulls. So it's been really great. I appreciate everybody that's shared it or supported it. This corner here did not really go through the second layer, so that's what you see me trying to cut through. Are you guys working on any projects? I know Mary Lou's gonna be in Vegas, but let me know if any else of you are gonna be there as well. I'm so excited to be around other sewists. I also feel like time has flown by. I can't believe it's already the end of July. I see all the back to school stuff in stores and I'm just like, no, I just got out for summer. Oh, yay, Charlene! I can't wait to meet you in person. It's always so fun to put like faces to names. I always tell people, like, don't be afraid to like come up to me and be like, hey, I'm, whoever. Like, I love meeting everybody. The Pandora bag by Shambhala. I'll have to look up that one, because the Pandora that I know, I think there's a dice bag called the Pandora. I don't think I know the one by Shambhala. So Mary Lou, that position is ending, and because you can only be in it for 2 years. So I have what they call retention rights back to my old school. So as of right now, I will be teaching technology back in the classroom. But I have been applying to other positions that are in, like, out of the central office, like what we would call coaching positions. And I actually applied for a couple assistant principal positions. So I'm hoping that maybe one of them will come through this summer. But if not, then I will be back in the classroom working with, it's technically like, I think middle school age kids, but they are what we call alternate assessment. So they have different learning disabilities, or on the autism spectrum, the whole variety of classifications, which I'm excited for, because before I took the position I'm in right now, I was teaching technology to 3rd and 4th grade students. So it's nice to, like, one of the nice things about working in New York City is, like, there's so many different options, and it never gets boring, because there's just such a need for teachers that you really have a lot of options in what you can teach. Thanks, Kim. Tomorrow I'm going to be with my family, so I don't know if I will be able to catch it live, but I will definitely watch it on the replay. Oh, nice, Nicole. Yeah, we just ordered Chinese food. I was eating real quick. Took forever to get here tonight, but it's such a good place. Another candlewood too. That bag is so pretty. I've been loving seeing everybody posting them in the different groups. All right, so the one I just cut, that gives me 4 of the exteriors, or 8 technically, so 4 kits. So now I'm just doing the front pocket piece. When I was home visiting my family this past weekend, Jason cooked on the grill. I love summer with food on the grill. He'll do it here in New York City, but we don't have like a large grill here, so it's nice when we go home to my parents and have the extra space for it. My dad found me the coolest thing. I'm so excited to see it. He has been collecting like scrap metal around my town, and someone put out an old white, like the brand white rotary sewing machine. And it's definitely in rough shape. Like, it's probably been sitting in someone's basement or garage for decades. But I'm super excited to go home and see it and either be able to clean it up and kind of restore it to working condition, or just be able to keep it as like a showpiece. It's one of the old, like, I don't know, cast iron, I guess, right? And he said it has even just like the old bobbins with the thread and stuff, and I just think that's so cool. I love finding those things. Oh, that's awesome, Nicole. I love hearing everybody, like, when they make a bag, like, if they think it's, a good sew or it's written well. That one's from Ravon, right? I think she's actually teaching it in Vegas next weekend. And she's so nice. I got to meet her in person at Sew Whatever Studio in April. This one corner over here is just giving me so much trouble. There we go. Alright, awesome. So that now gives me 2 exterior pockets. I'll cut 2 more and then do linings. I'm going to try to put out options to people so that way I'm not cutting like way more than I need to. I probably could get, I think I could get maybe 1 more kit out of this. Yeah, so it seems like I can get 5 out of a yard of fabric, so that's good to know. And this is my winter crescent bag. It has 2 different sizes. It has like an extra wide and a regular. This is the regular size. Actually, I think I have a printout. I just ripped it as I was trying to grab it. But this is a picture of like the front. This is the wider size. This is the regular. But I like it. It's not structured, so then it just kind of like folds against your hip. I use this style a lot when I go to concerts because it's small enough for the essentials, but big enough for like everyday use too. And because it's not structured, it just molds like right to my body, so I'm not worried about it getting bumped around or anything like that. So today I was playing around on Adobe Illustrator, which is what I use to design like my patterns. And our marathon video for August is going to be school themed. So I was playing around trying like designing a pencil quilt block that I can turn into like a pencil case or like school supply bag. So we'll see. I haven't tested it to see if it actually comes together nicely. But it was working on it, so we'll see. Hi Beth, how are you? Oh, that's great, Mary Lou. That makes me happy. Yeah, do I have one? No, I don't have one hanging up in here behind me. I think they're in the other room to show like one in real life. But yeah, I had designed this when I was really afraid to do gussets. So I like how you don't have to sew a gusset. It can be a little complicated learning how you put the D-rings into the side, but I feel like once you get it, it works out well. It's almost like a box corner. And the other thing that is difficult, sometimes the zipper can be wavy, but I found that like basting it helps, or using double-sided tape. And even if it is wavy, once you like put stuff in it, because it's that crescent shape, it kind of like bulges out and you don't notice it at all. Oh, that's exciting, Nicole. Is she excited for school? So instead of the lining, I'm going to cut the other print next. And this is the Vintage Meadow on waterproof canvas light. So I know Lauren had this, I don't know if she had it in a couple different bases, but these were the ones left when I placed my order. Alright, and again, I'm just trying to make sure that I cut this the right way. Oh my gosh, that is so funny. She's gonna be so ahead with those skills. Alright, I'm trying to figure out which way is right side up. I think it's this bottom way. Because these roses are facing up. But then I'm not sure. Which way do you guys think is right side facing up? I don't know why I'm having so much difficulty tonight. But then I'm like, maybe it is with the green underneath. Yeah, this is the water resistant canvas light, and the green one was the waterproof cotton, which I really just enjoyed cutting. That was, feels great. I'm like pausing here because I'm seriously having trouble figuring out which way is right side up. I honestly am like, you know what? I'm gonna try to go to her website to look. Hopefully she has it still.
this is water resistant canvas. She has so many options now for fabric, which is really exciting. Okay, so with the picture, it looks like the yellow is this way. So, all right. Oh, can I show it up close? Yeah, absolutely.
It's so pretty. It has that nice purple, which I matched with the this, she calls it Chinese violet water resistant canvas. But I actually think the mint green would match as well. So it's kind of cool, like whatever colors that you really wanted to pull out of it, you could definitely mix and match.
She's going into gifted school. Oh, that's amazing, Nicole. That's good too, because if she is that advanced, like, you don't want her to be bored. Give. Yeah, I've definitely cut things wrong. So this way I can say, well, I went by Lauren's website. But I do think this looks correct. But I also hope, because it looked so similar, that even if it's not, that it would still work. All right, good, Charlie. You think this way too? All right, thank you guys. I'm like, ah. You know, like with an animal print, it's, you know, obvious which way is right side up. But with floral, I struggle a lot because like the flowers, they can hang different ways, especially if there's not like a stem or something. Hi, Sherry. Yeah, thank you guys for chatting with me tonight, keeping me company. I'm trying to keep the template in place. Like, normally I like to hang my hand off the edge to keep it from sliding, but yeah, so I'm teaching this class in Vegas a puff quilt pillowcase, which is cool because you can use the same concept of how we're gonna make the puff quilt pillowcase to turn it into a quilt if you wanted. And then I'm also teaching the Book Bestie by Carolina Little Stitches, and I chose the large size because they work great. Like, I actually use it not just for books, but I have an iPad Air, and the large size fits it perfectly. Awesome. Yeah, I'm so happy with how this looks. And I'm so happy getting this done. I can't believe that it's like a week until, or it's more than a week till Sewcation, but we're leaving a couple days early. Oh, you love the large size, Nicole? Yeah, I do too. I really love all the different options for the cover and just how it comes together. It's really, really nicely well written. It's one of those sews too that I like doing because I feel like it's really satisfying and comes together fairly quickly. So if you need to boost your sojo or just looking for something quick, it's great. so funny. I don't have a whole bunch of templates because I feel like I don't make a ton of patterns over and over again. But I got these for when I taught the class previously, and it's amazing how much of a difference having a template is, and how quickly it goes. I even made one for a different pattern. I used the cutting mats from the Dollar Tree, and even just them, like I traced out the pattern onto it and cut it out. Even that worked so well just to have as a guide more than just paper, because I feel like I'm always cutting my paper when I'm cutting out fabrics, especially if I'm using the rotary blade and not like actually tracing it. So have any of you ever like taken apart a sewing machine or restored one of the older ones? I joined a vintage, or two different vintage sewing groups. Once I find out what model number the sewing machine is that my dad found, I'm gonna try to find like more specific videos and stuff, or tutorials of how to fix it up, or even if I can find pieces for it or whatnot. I really hope that people like these options. I know not everybody's a big floral, so I do have other choices, but I just thought these were so beautiful. And I like supporting other small shops, so I was really happy to grab these from Lauren. Yeah, the one that my dad found is covered in dirt. So it probably will have to go to a professional. But I do like tinkering with things, like even the sewing machine my aunt gave me that you see me sew on. It's the Vintage Singer. That I just oiled it and it was ready to go. I've never taken to get it serviced, and I just take it apart and oil it when it needs it. But this one, because it's been sitting so long, it also is potentially missing pieces, or at least I can tell, maybe not the inside, like the inside mechanisms or whatnot, but it definitely, like the plate where the presser foot comes down, there's a missing piece. And the foot pedal, my dad said it has like electric, there's like a cord, but there's not a foot pedal that he sees. Alright, awesome. So that gives me 4 of the exteriors, and now I can do the pockets. I'm really excited. You can see my serger here. When I get back from Vegas, my plans for the month of August is I want to do a whole bunch of clothing sewing. I have like a closet full of knits that I have been hoarding, and my friend Lori gave me a short throw projector. And we set it up the other day, and I already cut out a dress for each of my nieces, and I was blown away with how quick the projector made it. And I know people have said that, but until I really set it up myself and saw how quickly it worked, I didn't realize like how much of a blessing it is. Yeah, the original electric cord. I've seen that that people have redone the electrical, especially on ones that are that old. So, Nicole, I think that that will probably have to be the case for this one as well. Beth, you want me to cut and sew them live? Yeah, I could definitely do that. I cut out, it's a Ellie and Mac pattern. It's the dress version of the I always say it wrong, peplum top. I made shirts, and so this is kind of like the same style top, but with just a dress version. But yeah, I could totally do them on a Tuesday night live. My plan is, like I said, I have so much hoarded fabric that I really want to make my nieces a whole bunch of clothes for back to school. I bought a projector, Kim, but it was the kind that really needs to be mounted to the ceiling. And because we rent, like I just don't have, and I don't really have a spot where, because I like cut on the floor and move things around, it just never worked out. So we just are gonna use it to take camping and like project videos. So when Lori offered the short throw projector, I was like, yes, please. And it's an Epson, which is like the same one that I've used previously in my classrooms. So I already knew, for the most part, like how it worked. And there's a group called Projectors for Sewing, I believe it is. And in it, there are two people that made programs that help you calibrate it, and I use the one called Pattern Projector, I think it is. It's the one that has a website and an app. There's like a free version, and then there's one that you pay for. I use the free one, and once I figured it out, like the setup was so easy. Oh, hey, Meg. I'm glad you made it home. Do you have the, what did Daddy call it? Red Rabbit? The car that my sister is getting is red. And my sister names her car. So her old car that was sick is Gertrude. And I believe Addie wants to call the new one Red Rabbit. But yeah, Charlene, I'm not a clothing sewer. I made like one thing for myself. Like I don't know how to grade. It's something I want to learn, but I've been sewing knits for my nieces. And because there's not a lot of like alterations on them, I could just kind of sew the size that they need. It's come out great, and I really, really enjoy doing that. Red Rabbit's touching down at home. Excellent. All right, awesome. So again, I could fit definitely one more, but I'm gonna leave some extra because, in all honesty, if not enough people claim this as their choice, I totally want some extra that I can make my own bag out of this because it's so beautiful. And that's one of the things too that when when I'm making class kits, I always choose materials that I personally like, so that way if there's extra, I can use them in bags or whatever it may be. And you'll see, I'm not even throwing this away because, I mean, maybe this one, but even these scraps, like I can cut a zipper tab or, I don't know, not pockets, but like a trim or something, or even fold it over for like little D-rings. This is me like keeping all my scraps. I know it's a short throw based on that's how it like it will be labeled as that. They usually look like the one, like for me, they look like the ones that are in classrooms that people use on a smart board. So you could probably just Google and say like, is this a short throw? I'll have to take a picture of it and post it in my group. I did like a story of it on Instagram, but I didn't do like a whole picture or whatnot. Alright. So I think I'm going to cut out, I probably won't get to the mint water resistant canvas tonight. I'm going to do this purple because like I said, I'm going out with family tomorrow, so definitely need to get ready tonight. It's going to be an early morning, but I'm so happy that getting this done. I'm a really big procrastinator. I always get things done, but I am like the queen of procrastination. So I feel good having this done. Yeah, so it like the short throws look like that Epson one. I don't know how to describe it. There's like a very specific shape to them. And it just means that they don't need as far a distance to project. And that means like I could, Lori gave me like this short TV stand that only stands like maybe 2 feet off the ground, if that. And so it projects like onto the mat, where like the other projectors just need that further distance. And either you have to get, I've seen people use like a mount, like a camera mount, or just you could, if you're in a house or whatnot, just mount them to your ceiling, or if you have a place where you always cut. Yeah, I have so many ideas and projects I want to work on for the summer, because I'm always like, oh, I'm out of school, I'm gonna get all this done, and then I never get as much as I want to, but it's all for good reason. This weekend my family was camping, so we went to visit them, and it's cool because it's like the same campground that my grandparents used to have a seasonal trailer. So my sister and cousins and their kids all went back. So it's really cool seeing the next generation enjoying a place that is so special to us and our memories. I really like this purple. It's not bright, like it's like a very muted, but it's so pretty. I almost has like I don't know if I want to say grayish look to it. It's not really gray, but it's different from any other purple that I've seen that are usually like that bright. So this I might not be able to get quite as many out of, because I'm going to need more for the pockets, the lining, because I put a pocket on the inside and outside. So instead of one pocket for each, I'm going to need 3. So the templates, these came from Carolina Little Stitches. She has some templates in stock. I think most people get them from that template shop. But I am friends with Kayla, and I know that she makes acrylic stuff, so I reached out to her and was like, hey, would you be willing to make me templates? And then she set up like a private listing for me. But she does have a lot of her own templates, and I believe some other bag makers on there. It's Carolina Little Stitches. Oh, Stone Quarry, gray but purple. Yeah, so Nicole, I'm glad you agree. Like, I didn't know if it sounded funny saying it almost had like a grayish tone to it. It is really, really pretty. Alright, awesome. I know Lauren had a sale as well on, I think it was the water resistant canvas or waterproof canvas. I know that she sold out, or I'm assuming sold out, because when I went looking, there was I originally was going to get a brighter blue and I didn't see it anymore. So I'll have to check. But she has a whole bunch of options. And I really like, this is the water resistant canvas, or waterproof. What one is it? Sorry, let me check. Waterproof Canvas Light. And I really, really like it because it is thin. So if you sew on a domestic machine and you haven't tried it, I really recommend it. I had bought this in pink when I was at Sew Whatever Studio, and it just sews up great, and you don't need to interface it. So it definitely helps with all those layers. This one I'll have enough to do the pockets, but if I need to make another one where I said, like on the print, if I need to make 5, I wouldn't have enough of this to do the lining. I have to match it with a different color waterproof canvas or water resistant canvas. I know I'm being like so particular, like if it's me, I don't necessarily take as much time to make sure everything is so precise, but because these are for kits, I want it to be like as accurate as possible. Oh yeah, gray would look really nice too. If I have extra of the mint, it would match really well. I'll have to see what people choose. I think right now I have 13 people in the class, and it can go up to 20. So I'm definitely going to have some extra kits for options in case people decide to join in same day or whatnot. I'm gonna cut out 2 of the pockets for now, and then, like I said, I'll wait for the others. That way I don't cut too many. Or if I need it for a different thing. Hi, Gamer Girl. Hi, Sandy. Thanks for joining in. I'm just cutting some class kits for a crossbody bag that I'm teaching in Las Vegas next weekend. When I was cutting the floral, I started moving it towards me, and it made it so much easier for this far corner where I don't have the leverage. Or I should say I don't have the leverage without it sliding. No, so this one is at the end of the month. Bestie is hosting an event, a sewing expo. It's called Sewcation, and it's going to be in Las Vegas. And so it's the whole weekend of Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and they have multiple classes and a vendor hall. So I will be there teaching. I'm teaching 3 different ones. I think it's Sewacations.com. I'm gonna put that in the chat. But if that doesn't bring it up, if you search sew like SEW, Bestie, BESTIE, it will come up. She has a website. She has 2 physical locations where she teaches in California, and then she hosts sewing cruises and what she calls Sewacations, which are the expos. Last year she did one in Las Vegas and one in Florida. So I know the Vegas one is the end of this month. I don't know if there's going to be a Florida one this year. Alright, so I am not going to cut the other pockets quite yet. That way I have enough if less than 4 people choose this combo, and then if more than 4 people, I will be able to still finish them. Alright, so I still have more to cut, but I'm going to finish it off camera because, like I mentioned, I have to get ready for pack some things to see family tomorrow. So on my social media, I will definitely post pictures, and I plan on being live Tuesday night next week. I won't be cutting class kits because by then I'll have to have them all done. Arnetta, I agree, Arnetta. In my dream world, I would love to be able to like host one or put one together. Mojo Sews did one in November in Pennsylvania last year, and that's where I met a few people that pop into the chats. So I'm hoping maybe she'll choose to do it again. I'm not sure, but I agree. Like especially up in the Northeast, there's a lot of quilting, but not necessarily a lot of bag making. Kim, that's my dream, honestly. Here in New York, it's so funny because it's like so many people sew, but it's a lot of clothing makers. But for me, like the you know, so Majestic is my part-time business. My full-time job is a teacher, but my dream would be to someday to be able to expand like that, or have like a physical space to host the classes. But, all right, so I'm gonna hop off tonight. Definitely follow along. I'll post some pictures of the kits when they're done if you're curious to see what they look like. I really appreciate you guys keeping me company. It definitely motivates me to get it done quicker. So I'm really, really excited. Oh, Charlene, yes, I saw that. So Sweetness, I think it's, I want to say September. I saw where she posted she hadn't done one in a couple years and then was doing it again. Yeah, so that's kind of nice because Midwest area. And then the lady that I bought this fabric from, Lauren, who owns Mormino, she's also in Illinois, but the southwest corner, like closer to St. Louis. So if you are middle of the country, or like Illinois could work for you, she has an incredible studio and it's definitely worth checking out. So, all right, I hope you guys have a great week, and I hope to see you next Tuesday night. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.